Hello, I am Daniel, and this is my 16 subscriber special. Now, this is a video because I have quadrupled my number of subscribers since the last subscriber special. For this one, I've decided on a format where I will ask myself 16 questions. Now, I was pretty sure that if I asked for submitted questions, I wouldn't get any good ones. Maybe one or two, probably a few bad ones. Or none. More likely none. Because my videos seem to either get like 20 views or maybe 400. Um, and looking at the ones that got 400 or 500, I don't know what audience I'm accidentally hitting, so maybe I don't want user submitted questions, at least until I have a more established audience. Okay, so question one. Why did you make a YouTube channel? Good question, myself. I guess, I'm the type of person I need creative outlets. Um, and and I also like, I like accomplishing things. I like um, playing around with ideas. And I like the idea of something that's sort of, you know, slightly educational so I can, force myself to learn about things too. That's cool. So yeah, I guess that's it. I wanted to make a YouTube channel. I wanted to make things because I like doing that. And I always have. What are your short-term plans for this channel? That's question 2. I just want to keep making video every week. Just continue the good habit. That's something I've been doing for a few months now, and I'm kind of proud of myself about that because I've always had issues with anxiety, issues with perfectionism, so it's been hard for me to put out videos. It's been hard for me to finish projects in general. It always is. So just being like, well, you have to put something out every week, even if it's not that good. Like I'd rather it be good, but just make something. Get in the habit of making something get better at making things. That's what I'm trying to do. Question 3. What are your medium-term plans for this channel? Well, I would like to get it to a point where it's big enough that I can, do collabs. I'd love to start a Patreon. I'd love to try to make a little bit of money off of it. Obviously, I'm not, quitting my job trying to focus on this, but I'd love to be able to have a platform where I can, continue to, use it as an outlet but also sort of have a community around it, if that makes sense. Um, not like, not in a cult like way. I hope it doesn't sound like that. Question 4. What are your long term plans for this channel? As far as long term plans, I would love to be able to do this as a job. Question 5. Is there anything you want to discuss soon that you haven't yet? I definitely want to make more history videos. I think that would be really cool. I want to make more linguistics videos. Geography videos it's really easy to make a simple geography video. You just be like, oh, here's a map, let me talk about it. I feel like linguistics videos, to talk about a language, you need to get in depth to it. I was starting to work with, work a script about Mayan languages, and I'm still going to do that. But I definitely was like, oh, let me really dive into this. Cause I don't want to just be like, oh, here's I read about this for 30 minutes, and here's that distilled into 10 minutes. I don't want to do that. But, I think, I definitely want to make conlang videos again. Question 6. Why do you discuss the topics you discuss? Because I'm interested in them, and I think there's a common through line. I don't want this channel to be everything, but I think having similar formats and similar topics to an extent is a good idea because it means that people are going to. It means that I think more people are going to be interested in it. Because I can make, I can make a video about the new Billy Woods album when that comes out, and some people are going to be like, "Whoa, the Geography Conley guy likes this music," but other people are going to be like, So I think that while to a certain extent, I think that it's okay to just be like, "Hey, I'm just making videos I will find interesting," because it at least the target audience is a real person. Because if I make the target audience be an imaginary person, then yeah, maybe that person kind of exists, but I feel like it's better to tailor that towards a specific person, which is me. I don't think that sounds narcissistic. I think that's actually a very good way to approach that. But at the same time, I'm interested in a lot of things, so if I put all of those things on one channel, then yes, I do know there would be some people that are interested in the, pretty much the same amount of things I am in, but a lot of people would not. Like, a lot of people would be like, okay, well, I'm going to skip this video. And then if you skip the video, then it's not going to appear on your homepage and all that. Question 7. What about other videos that I might want to do? So I think that, I definitely like the idea of continuing to make other channels. I already have one where I can put gaming things. I'm gonna make one that's can sort of have more self-indulgent things about traveling to places, because that's definitely something I want to do more. And then I definitely want to make another one that's just no format really, but they can also sort of offer commentary on the other channels a little bit. Kind of like this sometimes. Okay, like this video. And I also want to make make a channel about music to talk about that, and probably some other things as well. I definitely like the idea of having different avenues for different sorts of different explorations. If that makes any sense. Question 8. Okay, but who are you? My name is Daniel. I live in the United States. I have a regular job. It's kind of annoying, but whatever. It could be worse. And I'm really just some guy. I have no qualifications to discuss anything, which is why I always try to tell you to, look at other sources if you really want to learn about a topic. Don't just watch one YouTube video about it. Obviously I would say, read up about it, read books, read papers, really study things. But even just watching 2 YouTube videos will tell you more than just watching one. Question 9. Can I get your social security and credit card numbers? No. Question 10. Is this a political channel? I mean, I discuss things adjacent to politics and things that could be considered politics. I don't really intend for it to be a soapbox channel, but I do think that it's really hard to separate the political from other fields. This is an interesting thing. The comments from my video about the German election. I was not trying to make a video talking about how I don't like AFD. I just kind of figured oh well, this is a channel about someone who's naturally curious about other things. Obviously, I dislike far-right anti-immigration political parties in any country. And a lot of people do too, and I thought it would be something that isn't that controversial of a take as that even if you're a sort of like quote unquote, moderate conservative, or if you're a liberal, progressive, socialist, that you could watch it and be like, oh, okay, well, this is. You can watch it, and if you're watching it with the mindset of, damn, those East Germans, those, ignorant East Germans, that was the point. The point was, don't blame East Germany. That basically all of the more centrist, more sort of, for lack of a better term, neoliberal consensus parties, all of those did better in the West, and the left wing party and the and AFD both did better in East Germany, which my thesis with it, it's more of a thing of that part of the country being left behind and wanting change. But yeah, people in the comments for some reason were like AFD fanboys and got really upset that I would criticize this party. When that was not the point of the video at all. Question 11. What if I disagree? Well, yeah, I mean, that sort of goes into the last thing where I think there's a lot of room for disagreement among reasonable people. First off, everyone's going to fall for a little bit of propaganda somewhere. There's so much propaganda, so much counter propaganda. So many narratives, if you prefer that term than the term propaganda. There's so many narratives going around. Obviously there's going to be some, and people have different experiences. People have a different analysis toward the problem. There are different problems that they think are more important than others. So everyone's going to have slightly different conclusions, and I think that that's fine. But I think that, it's fine if we all have a similar goal, that we can kind of work toward that goal. Now, the issue is, I think that parties that are, inherently xenophobic and racist, which, at the end of the day, I believe if your main focus is being anti-immigrant, that's what you are. And I think in a lot of ways, and this is why, Elon Musk was trying to influence the German election to support AFD, because this anti-immigrant narrative is very good at making the picture unclear. When the issue, or one of the major issues in the world right now is a coalescence of wealth among an elite few people, blaming immigrants is something that is done a lot. And it's like, instead of being like, because if you are the wealthiest people, you're not going to be like, well, yeah, it's us. Yeah, we're getting more and more of the money, so that's why you're finding it harder to have a higher standard of living. They're going to blame the immigrants, and they're going to not only take advantage of previously existing prejudices that exist, but also inflame those prejudices. So I think that if you have already decided that it's the immigrant's fault, I'm not talking to you. You can watch the videos, things where I don't talk about politics at all. You can enjoy those. You can skip some. You can hit the dislike button. But just know that if you believe that, certain groups of people, because they happen to have been born in Germany or born in the United States, if you believe that those groups of people inherently deserve a higher standard of living than other groups of people, it would be a waste of time to try to to try to get you to see it in a different way. And I don't really want to have a racist audience. Question 12. What if you are wrong with something you say? Well, that's a good question. If I make any factual errors, let me know. Put it in the comments. Because I don't want to mislead people. With that being said, it is now time for an ad break. What's up, guys? It's Danger Dan. Yeah, boy. I've got a different color hair. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. It's fine. Don't ask questions. Anyway, today's video is brought to you by money. Are you tired of browsing the web, looking for things to buy, and you see all these great deals? You're like, wow, I can save so much money on this, so much money on that. Those days are gone with money. Add the browser extension, and every time you buy a product, it automatically calculates a way to send as much money as possible to me. Use the promo code DangerDan so they know I sent you. So they know that this is working. So they know that when they get money, when I get money, this isn't a scam. It's not going to be a scam. You're going to see everyone advertise this for the next few years. They're going to tell you it's legit. They're going to tell you they used it. Then they're going to kind of stop. You may find out why, you may not. But most likely, someone is making money off of something. Someone didn't say something that they should have said. And what turned out too good to be true probably was too good to be true. But you know what else is too good to be true? So good that it has to be true is money, which this video was sponsored by. Use the promo code. I'm doing a fake ad read here. Did you really think I would get a real sponsorship.com? I don't know why the promo code had the .com in it. This is still part of the promo code. I might make I won't make a graphic. It's funnier if I don't. Or is it funnier if I do? This is all still part of the promo code. The rest of the video is part of the promo code. You gotta remember it. This is high level. You can't just be like, oh, it's a word, it's a number. Oh, it's danger 25 or whatever. You gotta think. You gotta use the full 100% of your brain. .tumblr.com. Thank you to Money for sponsoring this video. Now back to you, me. I've recorded the rest of it like 2 months ago when I was still recording videos, so I didn't plan anything as far as like pointing back and being like, ha, thanks Daniel. No, I didn't do that. That's a bit. I took it like 3 minutes. That's really it. This is still part of the promo code. Question 13. Why are your videos so bad? Well, I'm just not very good, am I? You know, no, I'm kidding. But I always want to spend more time on videos than I do. I'm not really able to because I have work and I have other things going on. And work tires me out. I have a full-time job and it tires me out anyway. So I only have a little bit of time to really dedicate to videos. And you know, hopefully I will get better at it. But I think they're kind of fine, maybe. I hope. Number 14. Why do you talk like that? It's my voice. It is what it is. Sorry. Question 15. Why are you pretending like people are asking you questions when they aren't? Well, I think it's a good format. Um, I'm not pretending like I have a larger audience than I do. It's no delusions of grandeur. I'm not trying to lie to you guys. Like, it's obviously not real questions. But yeah, I don't know, I kind of felt like if I didn't include that question, then on the off chance this blows up and gets like, several hundred or a couple thousand views, that there would be a comment being like, "Oh, look at this guy pretending like he's a real YouTuber with a big audience," and because people always on the internet, as I discussed in a previous video, people love um, to miss irony or to miss obvious, the obvious premise to whatever someone is doing, and just assume like, oh, you're looking for attention, you're trying to lie, and it's like, no, I just think it's a cool format. Relax. And most of you probably are relaxing, but I'm too old. I've been on the internet too long. People are insane. People are crazy. Question 16. What do you want people to get out of your videos? Now that's a good question to me. Good job myself for asking that. Basically, I want people to have a broader understanding of the world around them, and I want people to be more curious. I want people to get into geography, linguistics, history. I want people to learn more about the ways that other people live life, and because I think that there's so many people that are just closed-minded, and that don't have this level of, and that will fall for the aforementioned xenophobic political parties, because they just sort of see people from other countries as like extras in a movie, like not really real people. So it and I think that obviously a little bit of education won't solve all the world's problems, but I think that it's an important step in creating a world where people are more focused on making a better world for everyone than this whole, F you, I got mine mentality. I swear a lot, by the way. I just don't do it in the videos because I know that YouTube gets weird about that. That's another thing. It's not my own sensibilities. It's just a YouTube thing. But I'll probably swear a little bit, whatever. All right, guys. Thank you very much for subscribing. Probably gonna make some new videos. If I don't, that would be funny. It'd be funny if I just quit. It'd be funny if I'm just all, like, oh yeah, I'm happy I'm in this habit of making a video every week. I want to keep going. I want to make videos about different topics and all that, and then I just quit. That would be hilarious. Okay.